if Jake Paul really beats him, it only make boxing better. If Jake Paul beats him, it makes boxing better. Because Jake Paul would then be a true Rocky Balboa story. He'd be a true coming from nothing. See, because what does it for Jake Paul is that he's a YouTuber knocking guys out. It's not that he's as good as a real fighter. Him knocking guys out as a YouTuber was spectacular. That was good enough. It was like, wow. But if he beats Rahman, that is he's a true Rocky Balboa coming from nothing. It would be such a big story. It'd be such, if people understand what Rahman is. See, I want to say this. I want to say this before I end the show. When I talk about how crazy this fight is, the reality of this fight, people think I'm hating on Jake Paul. If Jake Paul is victorious, y'all understand, instead of everybody shitting on Hasim Rahman, if y'all keep shitting on Hasim Rahman, even if you're a Jake Pauler, then you're discrediting Jake Paul. Do you understand how big of a deal this is if he beats Hasim Rahman Jr.? A guy way bigger than him, a heavyweight with over 100, a heavyweight. Reach advantage out the anus with over 100 amateur bouts and a pro record of what 13, 12-1. Jake Paul coming from YouTube, never fighting a boxer, and beats him. That's a huge accomplishment. Instead of being up the anus of Jake Paul so much that you take away from that accomplishment. If he beats Hasim Rahman, Kenneth, get out of his ass. If he beats Hasim Rahman, that's huge. That's huge. Jake Paul, in reality, is not the favorite. He's a huge underdog. They got him as a favorite with the betting odds, but in reality, he's a huge underdog.